Yo, what's up, everybody? Back in the shop, and today is Saturday, back on the 62 project. And yeah, if you're following along and you watched last episode, you know where we are. But if not, a quick update. We Yesterday we did some more sanding on the quarter and applied the first round of filler on the upper portion. We had a little problem with the air file, but seems to be okay now. Got feedback from a friend and also a viewer or follower of the channel, um, Black MacGyver. So shout out to you. You said, hey man, try hitting that thing with some oil. Might just be out of oil. And I said, you know what, damn, something so simple, and I forgot all about that and didn't think about it because I'm notorious for just running air tools and never oiling them. So grab some oil, air tool oil, and just put a few drops in the air file. And man, sure enough, she's buzzing along like nothing ever happened. So that's why I appreciate everybody in the comments, and everybody who's watching. Don't be afraid to give some feedback because, each one teaches one. We can learn from each other. And, something like that, I could have saved a few dollars because I already ordered one and it's being delivered today. But that's okay. It's never too many tools. I have a whole nother toolbox at home, so it's good to have one here and one at home. So with that said, though, so far so good. I'm gonna put in some work with it and just make sure that it's good. But we seem to be off to a good start. It's buzzing, but once I put it under a load and start sanding, we'll see what happens. I just try at a real small spot right here, and yeah. Compared to yesterday, man, I should have gave you guys a view of what it was doing yesterday, but it was like it would just go for a little bit and kind of just get stuck. I'd have to slap it, and then it would move a little bit more and get stuck again. And come to think of it, yeah, it's behaving like it's in need of some oil. Go figure. So yeah, use your brain when you're doing this stuff too, and don't be afraid to take advice from others because nobody knows it all. Yeah. So that's that. This door is starting to bother me how it's not aligned. So when I hung this door out, for some reason I'm missing like 4 bolts. So I only got a couple bolts holding it. I might go outside and pull a few bolts off a parts car so we can mount this door because we're going to end up using this driver's side door. It needs very little. It's got a small spot in the corner down there, and we'll be able to take care of that, but it's got some heavy scale on it. We'll give that some attention in the near future, but I kind of just want to line it up because this is messing with my OCD. I hate to see them lines off like that, and especially now that I'm doing body work and whatnot. So we'll see. I might do that today, might not. I got a lot I need to do. I need to cut the grass in the backyard here at the shop today, and I got to get home and cut the grass. I got a lot going on, but I'm trying to put in some work. Still heavily motivated, but right now I'm gonna take a small break. Then we'll come back and do some sanding on the car, and I'll come back to you guys and show you how things are progressing. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere, and hit that like button. Be right back. All right, so we just got the first round of sanding in with the air file, and I'm very happy to say that, yeah, it's still working. So the oil did the trick. Shout out again to Black MacGyver. Check him out, subscribe to his channel, and support the homie. He's a local rider around here, so it's good to be able to collaborate over the internet. Appreciate it, homie. Yep, tool is back to life. But yeah, so it's sanding out pretty good. I should have went ahead and wiped all the way to this edge here. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. So that's obviously making a bit of a low spot of a transition. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of filler there. Right here, it sands out real good, but we got a little bit of a awkward transition right there. That just needs a very little bit of filler there. Honestly, that's really a job for glazing putty, but I'm gonna mix up some filler, so I'm gonna just use the filler. Got a bit of a low spot here, and right in here, got the low spot right on the weld seam. So I didn't like cake on the filler, so that's expected. I knew I would have to go back over this little area again. And if you look closely, I think you can kind of see a color difference right there. If we put the guide coat on there, it would really jump out. But I can feel it with my hand, so I know it's there. And a little bit of the same here. Kind of got a low spot in here. towards the back end, I know I didn't wipe it that good. And I got a couple of imperfections there and little stuff like that. And right in here by the gas door. But, I'm going to get back to that. And I didn't even get to this back part right here. I decided to take it in sections. So I'm going to just focus on this area first. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and mix up some more filler, apply that, let it dry, and then come back and continue sanding until we get a nice smooth surface all the way across. But overall, so far, it's moving in the right direction, and clearly it's not going to take a whole lot of work on this upper quarter, at least the front half of it. I expect the same for the back because it's a similar situation there. So let's see what we can get done. Stretch goal is to get this upper portion nicely sanded out, and then a little coat of primer. And depending on how much time I got, we can do some stuff on the lower end of it. But I'm looking at the clock, and I don't really get that much time when I'm up here, a couple hours here and there. So I still got to cut the grass and a couple of other things. So, like I said, I don't want to rush things. So worst come to worst, we don't get to the lower portion today. We'll jump right back on that next time we're here. So, yeah, I'm happy. So we'll see how, if we can keep up the good work and get this bad boy nice and flat and something we can be proud of. So stay tuned, guys. Be back with a little bit more shortly. Thanks for watching. All right, folks. So that's kind of the areas that I went ahead and applied some more filler to. Like I said, that little transition there. And man, I could have did a little better job of wiping it. You see, I left kind of a potential low spot there, but whatever. Whatever is messed up there, we'll hit with the dolphin glaze. There was that little spot there. I hit that with a little bit in kind of a sloppy way, but that's all right. And I just opted to wipe this whole spot. We had the low spot right in this area, but I just went ahead and wiped it. Whatever's not needed, it'll sand off. And we had the ugly little dip right there. Took care of that, and that's where we stopped. I should have went over this a little bit more, but I had used up everything that I mixed up. And I don't know, maybe I will go ahead and just mix up a little quarter size piece of Bondo and hit that so that when we sand it, we just get it all at once. Still didn't move on to this area, but that's what we got for there right now. So, yeah, moving right along, and it's looking like it's going to be, it's looking like it's going to come out without too much of a fight. Still got to smooth down this upper area. So we'll see when I sand the upper quarter, I'll probably get in there and sand on that stuff too and see if we can't get that nice and flat, because that's probably going to need a little more filler as well, just the way it's looking. I'm guessing there's something under there, so I don't think I want to dig it all out. But we'll see what we can do to smooth it out. But yeah, so far so good, man. Feeling good. It's Saturday. Getting me a cold beverage. The sun is shining. Temperature is still low, but hey, the sun is out. So that's that. Car's coming along, man. Looking forward to it. Feeling good, like I said. So without further ado, let me quit talking and get ready to put in some more work. So stick with me, guys. Let's see what we can get done. Making it happen, man. This is how you do it, It's really nothing to it. You could do it too. So if you got a project just wasting away, man, just get a couple of tools and just try. Do a little something. You got any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll try to help you. Like I said, I'm no expert. I'm always learning day by day too, but I got the heart to try. So go ahead and you do the same. And yeah, stick around. If not, just watch and hit that like button. All right, y'all. Be back in a few. All right, guys, we're back. Put in a bunch of work, man, and got this thing feeling real nice and smooth. And man, made a shocking discovery. We had all that filler up in these crevices. I decided to say, let me see what's under there. And much to my surprise, there's nothing under there. Absolutely nothing. There's no reason for any filler to be there. And I'm just struggling to understand why somebody would have done that. Man. So the metal is actually perfect under there. No issues, no reason to be trying to cover that up. So I painstakingly ground all of that crap out of there. It took quite a while, but I just used the dire grinder and a couple of these red tips, and yeah, it chewed through about 5 or 6 of them, but it was well worth it because now we got nice clean metal there. That's gonna only enhance the overall finish of the car. Even though, I mean, to make it even more kind of silly is a piece of trim sits right there. So most of that you don't see anyway. I mean, just maybe a couple millimeters right there worth of body that you're gonna see because there's a big ass mold in there. So I don't know, man. It's weird stuff, and that makes me have to put the rest of the car under a finer tooth comb or under the microscope to make sure we don't have any other silly things like that going on. But yeah, overall came out real nice and smooth when I rubbed my hand over it. So I think for this particular for today, for the work we're doing today, this is a good almost stopping point. I'm gonna go ahead and at least prime in the top portion, and then I'll come back and show you guys how that ended up, and we'll leave it there. We may end up needing to go back over it with a little bit of guide code and hit any other imperfections with some glaze putty or whatnot. But right now, to be honest, it feels surprisingly good, so let's see how it turns out when we hit it with a little bit of primer. I'm gonna go ahead and blow some of this Bondo dust because there's Bondo dust all over the place. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, and let's see how this thing comes out. All right, guys, there it is. So we got the top half in primer. It's still drying, but yep, that's where it is. It came out pretty good. It's got a couple of little imperfections I got to correct, like little stuff like that, right? That's going to take a little light sanding by hand. And I got another slight spot like that. But surprisingly, not many areas where I need to hit it with glaze putty. I do have a little spot right there. And I got to do something down in this area. I was moving a little fast down there. I never got good coverage with the filler right there. So we'll take care of that. But all in all, no big deal, man. It could use another coat of primer. You can kind of see it's still dry in there. You see the different tones. But I just hit it with a little bit, and yeah, before you know it, it's going to be all one uniform color, and wherever it needs another coat, I'll hit it with it. But I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm just trying to protect it from any possible rain, even though I put a cover on the car just in case, right? There's still moisture in the air, and you don't want it to start surface rust, etc., etc. But I'm happy with it. So glad that we discovered we didn't need any of that filler in that groove and took it out of there. I gotta, like I said, work that little bit right there. A little disappointed I didn't sand that out better today, but that's how it goes. Sometimes you can't see everything while you're doing it, and that's why you gotta really take a look and make sure it's right. But it's getting there. It's really coming along pretty quickly, So I think maybe the next time we're in here working on it, we'll probably finish off the top and move on to the bottom and start to get that right. And at least this back area looks like it's going to be a breeze. It's just really that weld seam we got to focus on, any transition there and those couple little spots there, which shouldn't be any big deal. So honestly, if all goes well, by this time next week, we should be done with this quarter. And then we can start moving on. I'll clean up that door. I didn't get a chance to properly mount it today, but we'll get back to that. And yeah, we'll jump on the roof. And I really got to get outside. I keep saying it, and start taking one of them 4 doors apart so I can have the rolling chassis under this car and start bolting the front clip, getting that all right and body worked. I still got to find a deck lid or trunk. That's a problem for me right now. And I really got to figure out what I'm going to do with that passenger door. More and more, it's looking like a reskin, but I'm not going to give up hope yet. Hopefully I'll find a good door. But yeah, we're doing the damn thing. We're getting this bad boy together, and I'm happy with what we got accomplished in the past couple of days. Stay tuned, and I'll keep taking you guys along this journey as we get this bad boy together. That before you know it, that quarter is going to be looking like this one, and we'll be good. So stick with me, everybody. Shawnee C at Motor City Customs, out.